The year after Eddie Redmayne won Best Actor for playing Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything, he was back in the category again with the nomination for the film The Danish Girl. Eddie played a character who was one of the first people to undergo gender reassignment surgery. 5 years later, Eddie tells the Sunday Times that he wouldn't want to play the role today. He says, "No, I wouldn't take it on now. I made that film with the best intentions, but I think it was a mistake." The bigger discussion of the frustrations around casting is because many people don't have a chair at the table. There must be a leveling. Otherwise, we're going to carry on having these debates. He did admit that The Danish Girl only got financing after he signed on. Now, I've talked about this several times over the past few years. Like, what are actors allowed to play these days? And I think it's very clear that an actor should not play a race that isn't their own. And same for gender. The transgender community has been so underrepresented in the Hollywood community for so long that, yeah, at this point, transgender actors should be getting more roles in at least every transgender role that is out there. That is very, very clear. That needs to be going on, because there's simply not enough representation going on. Now, there's one other issue to this. Like Eddie mentions, The Danish Girl did not get financing, though he signed on. Now, the movie that Scarlett Johansson was supposed to do, that she was supposed to play a transgender character, she bailed on it because there was so much backlash about her taking on the role, as there should have been, absolutely. But the financing got canceled for that movie. So that story is not going to be seen by anyone. So that's a loss. I think that is a loss. That I think, it's always great to see different people represented, different people's stories represented. Of course, they need to be cast properly. But I definitely think back to times where a person was not cast properly in a role, but it had such an impact on society. Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. He played a gay man. It was one of the first films in Hollywood to address AIDS. It had huge impact, like absolutely massive impact, and how HIV was seen by the general public. And I think it helped. They had Tom Hanks playing the role. At that point, he'd already been in like Tuna and Hooch and Big and Splash and A League of Their Own. So he helped that story be seen by a huge audience. So I absolutely believe when it comes to gender and race that they should be played by that gender and by that race. There's an element that you still need a name to get certain stories made. And hopefully one day we'll get to a place where, yeah, every type of person is properly represented in Hollywood, and they have power in that room, they get things made, and they are named at the box office. But that isn't the case right now. So I don't know. I'm just trying to bring up the point that there have been circumstances where actor has been miscast in a role, but it brings so much awareness. So what do you think of Eddie saying he should not have taken the role in The Danish Girl?